Welcome to this episode of Btoaimai, and today we will be going through the financial aspect from start to finish of the whole BTO process. And yes, so today we'll be going through the financial breakdown of the BTO, and that's why I have my handy iPad here to help me. A lot of people are asking me, how much do you need to apply for a BTO? How much cash do you need? How much CPF do you need? And I hope that this video answers all these questions and queries that you guys have. Before I actually break down the whole financial aspects and how much you need, I think it's good that I go through with you the whole timeline, because that is one of the benefits of the BTO is because you're paying in different stages. There are a total of 4 stages when it comes to paying for BTO, and the first stage is the application. So for the application stage is the one that has just passed. It takes about a week, and each application costs you about $10. And you can pay this via Nets, credit card, or you can pay this via PayLah or PayNow. Stage number 2. Stage number 2 is when you are called down by HDB to come and select your flat, and this is also when you pay your booking fees. Booking fees depends on the size of your flat. If you're getting a 3-room and smaller, it's about $1,000, and if you're applying for a 4-room and above, it's about $2,000. And this has to be paid in cash, so just make sure that you prepare this amount of money in your bank when you come down to HDB to book your flat. So the results of the application will come up in September, then HDB will sort of schedule your appointment after that. And this really depends on your queue number. So the earlier your queue number is, the earlier you have to come down and book your unit. Next stage of payment will be the lease agreement fees. So previously for booking, you sort of choke the flat that you want, but for the lease agreement is when you sort of sign away your life to the flat. You sign away these 5 years to the flat whenever you decide to stay. So during this lease agreement stage, you actually have to pay the 10% down payment. You have to pay your stamp duties, you have to pay certain legal fees and other conveyancing fees. And this whole part of this lease agreement fees, it can be paid with CPF, or if your grants has already come in, you can pay it with your grants as well. So this stage of the whole BTO process actually is one of the most financially heavy as compared to the other stages. The lease agreement takes about 4 to 5 months after you successfully chope your unit, so just keep that in mind. And lastly comes the key collection, the last stage, stage number 4. And this stage comes in about 3 to 4 years after you successfully signed the lease agreement. This is where you pay your survey fees, mortgage stamp duty, home protection scheme, fire insurance, and also your registration. And this is also when you start to pay your home renovation, means you start to renovate your flat after you collect the keys, and when you also have to pay for the furnishing, which means you have to start buying your furniture and all that. And those are the 4 stages when it comes to applying for BTO: application, booking, lease agreement, and key collection. So the next question is, how much does each of these stages take? And this is where the numbers come in. So we assume that the value of the flat is about $350,000. So first, application fee takes about $10, and you are paying this in cash. Stage number 2, booking, you are paying $2,000, and this is paid in cash as well, assuming this is a 4-room flat. Third stage, the lease agreement fees. Assuming you are not going for the staggered down payment, you'll be paying 10% of the property price there, which is about $35,000, and you can pay this either in CPF or cash, or you can use the grants to pay this off as well. So $35,000, and you have to pay the stamp duty, which is estimated about $5,000. So that's a total about $40,000, and about your conveyancing fees, $230. Once your property is close to TOP and you are ready to pay the key collection fees, you have to pay the mortgage stamp duty, which is about $500, the home protection scheme, which is about $180, fire insurance, which is about $30, and registration, which is about $40. So that one is a bit little. It comes about to less than $1,000. But this is where a huge cash portion comes in, because this is where you're setting aside money for your renovation, which really depends on how much renovation that you want to do, but we can estimate this to be about $40,000. Also, this is where you need to pay for your furniture, and this also depends, but what I calculated it to be will be an estimated about $13,000 for a brand new 4-room flat. This is assuming that none of your relatives or your friends get anything for you for your housewarming party. In total, for cash and CPF, this is an estimation. For a brand new $350,000 BTO, you need about $97,000 in cash or CPF. If I break that down, in CPF you need about $40,000, whereas in cash you need $50,000 to $60,000 because of the high renovation fees and furnishing fees. So what if I don't count the renovation and furnishing fees inside the calculation of these costs? That means you only need about $2,010 for your cash portion, but for CPF you still need about $40,000. And this can be covered with your grant, and that's the purpose of the grant, which is to help you with all these costs in the first place. If this is still a bit confusing for you and if you want a more detailed breakdown, you can always get my book Btoaimai, because I went into detail about when you have to pay, how much you have to pay, and what you can pay it by, whether it's cash or CPF. The book is about $10 and you can get it in the link in my bio. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, please like my video, follow me on Instagram, and share this video with your friends who may find this to be helpful as well. I'll see you guys in the next video.